Sul. Welcome to Under the Plum Bob podcast. This is Team Cowplant again, coming at you with custom kitchen content. We have with us...
Hi, I'm Ava.
Hi, I'm Marissa.
Talking about custom content for your kitchen. Crazy cool kitchen stuff. That's a pack. It's not as cool as that, though. Hey, I mean, I'm just saying. I don't want to be like, hey, that's a pack. Stop laughing at me. Stop.
I'm so sorry. I think I'm delirious from cold medicine. I know, we're trying to sell it for kitchen pack.
It's a pack for your kitchen. It's a cool kitchen pack. It's very cool.
What? Okay, one of my dreams is to literally be on an infomercial where the people who can't open something or can't that's one of my dreams. I want to like fumble and like crack an egg or something, like I can't crack an egg.
Oh yeah.
Will you be unable to open a milk carton without like a special spouty thing?
Yes. That's my job. That's my whole goal in life. So I'm sorry that was an infomercial. Buy crazy cool kitchen stuff. Okay. Anywho, so we're going to talk about fun kitchen things. And I feel like kitchens are like an unsung hero. Like you got to go in there, you got to cook stuff. You got to you got to do stuff. So I feel like kitchens and like living rooms should be like the big thing that people decorate the most. I like decorating things. I'm not the best at it, but I like doing it. But kitchens to me sometimes end up looking the same. I get the same stove. I get the same fridge because I don't want the stove to break. So I get that one that doesn't break, the unbreakable stove, if you will, and that also cleans itself because I'm lazy. And then I get the same fridge. So I tried to do a build the other day where I used only stuff from the new pack, which was different for me. So
Same.
There's that. Do you guys do a lot of kitchen-y stuff?
I love kitchens so much.
Oh, this is the show for you. I'm going to keep doing that all the time.
Well, this is a show for you. Yes. So first of all, apologies. I am sick, so I am going to sound like very raspy and crusty.
Hey, raspy sounded sexy. Crusty sounds disgusting. Don't use that.
I feel like I'm a mix of both right now, to be honest. I'm a crusty, sexy girl.
Hey. Phoebe Buffet stuck her wet head in a freezer for that voice.
Oh, she did. Phoebe did put her whole head in the freezer so she could sing well.
So she could have sexy voice back.
Oh man, y'all. This is going to be a 90s, 2000s episode.
Oh yeah. Stay tuned for more Friends references.
So, I love kitchens. I did want to shout out a YouTuber, Simlicy. It's SIMLICY. She's on YouTube. Amazing. She basically does a bunch of speed builds. So she has a ton of different like houses and retail lots and all this stuff. But she, when she makes kitchen, she adds like a ton of clutter and just lays out the kitchens really well for the space. And I mean, you'll see her take things out and put things back in. She it's a lot of process for her, but it's really inspirational. So if you're listening to this episode and you're like, I do not give two shits about kitchens, I just throw a fridge, throw some counters, don't care. She actually has a way of making the kitchens look like home, look like a real kitchen in real life, which I like. And it's really inspired me to, instead of just adding a bunch of counters and cabinets and just not making it look like a real kitchen, I try to add a lot of clutter and stuff on the walls and make sure the windows make sense for not putting a window next to the stove. You know what I mean? I try to put things in that make sense for a real life kitchen.
Wait, why can't you put a window next to the stove?
I mean, above the stove. Would there be a window above the stove?
What if you want to look out at the outside while you cook your waffles?
I usually do the window above the sink.
Yeah, me too. Because then you can do the dishes, and while you're doing the dishes, you just look outside.
and cry because you're doing dishes.
Exactly.
Who does dishes? Put them muffos in the dishwasher. What is wrong with you guys?
You can look outside while you're bending over to put the dishes in the
Yeah.
dishwasher.
No lie, I don't even have a sink in my kitchen 89% of the time. Like, I don't, because I don't want them to go and wash dishes because that takes so much work. I'm like, you could put that crap in the dishwasher. So.
Oh no, I couldn't do
Really?
that. I couldn't do that. It doesn't look realistic. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. How interesting. Yeah, I always do a sink and I always do the dishwasher like right next to it. So the Sims like never use the sink, but there always has to be a sink and a dishwasher in my kitchen. So it's so funny.
Well, one of my Sims was a clean freak. And so she was forever, she kept going to the sink to like clean it. And she kept like, I'm like, you know what? Let me just delete this because you're having an OCD moment that I don't feel well with. So we're going to just take it away.
That's it. No more sink for you. Go sit in the corner and think about what you did.
Put away your squirt bottle. No, but like she kept like doing like if I left her alone for any like moment of time, I didn't have anything queued up for her. She'd go clean like the chair. She would go clean like this, like the countertop. She'd go clean the sink, and I'm like, girl. You don't no. And I've been rewatching Glee, and she reminds me of Miss Pillsbury.
Yep.
Do you ever watch Glee?
I
No,
have.
Nope.
anyone? Just me?
Don't like to talk about it.
Why not? I love Glee. It's
I remember her. She had OCD, didn't she? Or what was it?
you badly, really badly. But she was forever cleaning stuff because she couldn't she didn't handle germs. Like what is that bald guy's name? Howie Mandel?
Oh yeah, Howie.
Is that
Yeah.
him?
He like hates
Yeah.
germs. Yeah.
He shakes your hand with gloves on. It's hilarious to me. But yeah, anyway, so I had to like get rid, and I want it to be realistic, I really do, but even the kitchen I just made last night, there's no sink. Come think about it, I don't think I put a trash can in there either.
Ooh, this hurts my soul. Hurts my soul.
I know, that was an accident.
Yeah.
I forgot to put a trash can in, but I don't think do you really used to have like the trash
Yeah.
compactor? Like, I think it was Sims 3, they used to have like the trash
Sure.
compactor,
Mhm.
but they don't have that anymore, which is annoying. And then
I was looking for that.
I wish they did because you can make fertilizer with it. Like that was the point of it. And with the gardening stuff, you think they would come out with that, Sims creators.
get on that. Hey, Maxis, what you doing? Can I have a compactor, please? Thanks.
Didn't you have a compost bin in The Sims 2? There was a there was a compost bin in The Sims 2.
There's something with compost. Yeah, I don't remember if it was a bin.
That's when they first introduced gardening was introduced in
Gardening.
1
Was it?
with Unleashed.
Yeah. You could like water and weed plants in Sims 1. That was it though. They didn't fertilize them.
You could grow vegetables and fruits and stuff in Sims 1 and then use them in Sims Making Magic to make like cakes and nectar.
Yeah, it was Sims Making Magic.
Yeah. But
I did not play Sims Making Magic very much, so I always forget about the
Marissa,
stuff.
it's amazing. Yeah. Speaking of cool kitchen stuff,
I know.
Making Magic had some of my favorite kitchen content because they had like one of those old school kind of like kitchen vibes, one of those really vintagey kitchen looking things. Oh, just thinking about it.
A kitchen looking thing? What was it?
A vintage kitchen looking thing.
It looks like a kitchen, but it's not. What is it? We don't know.
It had like a stone oven, and it had a recipe book, and it just looked.
Oh my god, recipe books!
Do you remember? Was it Bethesda, the little skeleton maid,
Broomhilda?
Broomhilda. Yep, that like
it was Bonehilda.
Bonehilda. That makes sense.
Because she was a skeleton and she lived in a cupboard and you could put her under the stairs. It was so cool.
They're so punny.
Bonehilda.
Put her under the stairs like Harry Potter? Like, what are you doing? Was she a house elf?
Yeah.
I was just put her in the kitchen. Did she have the ability to raise children? Because I'm pretty sure she like took care of my babies at one point.
That might be in 3. That she was able to do that. I don't know. I don't think I ever had her around a child when I played Sims 1, so I can't confirm. You can let us know on social media. Did she Did she take care of the kids when you were being a shitty parent? I don't know. Let us know.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, kitchen
yeah.
stuff.
Or hold on. Side note, let me just tell you how I figured this out, and now I can't fix it. I'm thinking of the whole age thing. So I bought Sims 4 way back in the day. So I've been playing, and I didn't realize that if you go through each, if you keep hitting new game, it's a new save. Didn't realize that. So I have like 8 saves. And so I went back to save number 2 or something like that. And I made a person in there, and I was like, I'm gonna play one of my houses. They're all dead.
Well, rip.
I'm sorry.
I was, I was I was so upset. I was like, "Wait, where'd everybody go? Like, there's nobody left. The house is, like, dead ass empty." And I'm just like, "What?"
I didn't know that they kept
Yes. So
living.
my legacy girl, I haven't played her in a little bit, and she's in that she's in that shitty apartment in the city. So I went to play her. I was like, "I haven't played her in a while." Now she's up, like, 4 days from being an elder, and her mom's dead. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Mhm.
Do you use MC Command Center or?
No.
That's so weird.
I guess I have, like, age progression or something. Like, I had that on, and I didn't realize I had it on, so everybody just kept aging. And so I was like, I haven't played this in a while.
Oh,
I go back, and they're all literally all dead. It was the same reason why when I started playing my Vanessa in the Get Famous, I looked over and I was like, this young adult looks, no, this teenager looks familiar. Who are you? And her
mhm.
sister comes running up, and it's the 2 little girl, like, child twins that I made for somebody else. And I was like, but now you're teenagers. What the fuck? Like, they're all aging up, and I turned it off, and I'm like, it's still happening. But now, granted, if I go back to the save file and actually play the household, they're the same age. They're normal. But if I'm in the world or whatever, and I'm like playing another house, and then I go and I switch to that house, you know what I mean?
Oh,
They're all
Oh,
dead.
yeah. That's so weird.
It was super weird. And I was like, literally I clicked on my girl, and I was like, her mom died of old age. And I'm like, when? So
I didn't tell her to die. Why did you tell her?
I was super offended. Anyway, back to kitchens. um, I just had to let that little tidbit of information go out, y'all. Like, look at your old saves. They're probably all dead. You're welcome.
God. But speaking of kitchens, kitchens are my favorite part of the house.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the first thing I always decorate when I make a house or that I redo when I move into an existing house is the kitchen. Because if there's one thing that I want to be perfect, it's the kitchen. That doesn't mean I'm good at making them, because I'm not. Because I still have that clutter problem. I can't do clutter. I just can't. It just looks like,
Mhm.
IKEA came in and threw up all over the kitchen. But I still want them to be perfect. That's the first room that I want to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Well, it's like the heart of the home, right? Kitchens. They're like the place where all the Sims like hang out and like talk and stuff like that, at least in my saves. So yeah, I always do the kitchen first. And I feel like when you have the kitchen figured out, it gives you the layout for the rest of the house easier because the kitchen and the dining room are a huge part of the house, at least for my games. So like once you have those figured out, you can kind of figure out where everything else needs to go. So I'm the same way.
I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out what room I do first. So I do houses, and I'm pretty sure I think it's the living room. But I think it's just because it's the first room that I walk into. So,
Yeah, you just like build that literally first.
I
Yep.
think I do the living room first, and then I do the kitchen. But for me, the backyard is the best because back when they had hot tubs, at least. Yeah, no, with kitchens, my problem is a lot of the stuff in there is not usable, and it annoys me. Like, I like my cat.
Like the
No,
clutter.
not the clutter. Even like the floating cabinets. I'm like, why can't you pull a plate
Oh.
from there or something? Like, why can't, why
Mhm.
use the cabinets? But no, I wish the clutter was a little bit usable, or like touchable or something like that. Like, I tried to do clutter in the house I
Mhm.
made last night, the kitchen I made last night, and I feel like I don't know how to place it. Like, I tried to put it down, and it looked like it just it just looked like I put this here, and it doesn't look
Mhm.
like it belongs there. It just look like I just placed it. Does that make sense? Like it just
Yes.
looks like I sat something down on the counter, like the paper towel roll. Like you did
Mm,
that, and then there's like like a little thing that holds like a spatula and a spoon.
Mhm. Yep.
The big
mhm.
spoon thing, spoonula. Why did I just say that?
So what I learned from Simlicy, Simlicy? I'm so sorry, I'm saying her name wrong.
Let's call her Simlicy.
I think it's Simlicy, yeah. And she says her name, so I don't know why I
It reminds me
suddenly
of,
can't remember
reminds
it.
me of
Anyway,
Avatar, and they're like Ong, and I'm like, it is a cartoon, and he says his name was Aang. Stop it!
oh my,
It is Aang. Don't get me started.
don't even get me
I
started on
yelled so hard that thing, and I'm like, his name is Aang.
the Avatar.
I was quiet and seething with rage. My friends
Sorry.
were afraid to talk to me.
Same.
I have feelings about that movie, y'all.
I
Why?
have so many feelings about that movie. They're redoing it though. Did you hear about that?
Not M. Night Shyamalan, because dear fuck
Yeah.
me.
No, not
With the actual
Yeah, with the actual
creators
creators.
of the series. They're gonna do
Yeah.
it right this time. So they say.
um
Do not mention that name in my presence. How dare you?
I just love that all of us know exactly what's going on with this.
Said to me, it took 6 guys to float a fucking boulder over to another dude. It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry.
And we have broke Ava. She's
Like I said, I have feelings.
she just cracked down the middle. Like, why? Okay.
I literally was sitting there just like arm motions, just flailing arm motions constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I just like was grinding my teeth the whole time. Like, anyway, sorry. So Simlicity.
Cut that out. Okay.
Or leave it. Maybe some people are angry about that movie as well.
I think everyone in the world was angry about that. Even people who didn't watch the anime were still like, this is a stupid movie. Anywho. Alrighty. So Simlicy. So easy way to kind of make clutter look more organic is 100% have BB move objects on, like for the entire kitchen, basically.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, like you have to have move objects on for your kitchen. Like that one placed in the cabinets, obviously in the fridge, like you don't need it for that. But for clutter, you can even move the counter and just it's where you take whatever you want. So let's say you're doing the paper towel roll. You put it where you want it to go on the counter. So you can have the counter there and you can kind of see where you want to place it. Take the counter out, do Alt 9. I believe that raises and 9 and 0 raises and lowers objects. So you can kind of put it where you want it and then raise and lower it depending on where the counter is. And that way you can put a bunch of different things like just hovering in the air in the placement that you want. And then you go and put the counter on there. And that way it looks like more thoughtfully placed versus just like in the center of the counter where it makes no sense. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but you take the paper towel, put it on the counter, then take the counter, move it so the object's just hovering there, and then you place it how you want to place it.
What?
Yes. So you know it's at the right height, and then you can. So like, for example, a lot of Sim Lucy stuff she'll put like the bread box. If you have, I believe it's Parenthood, she'll put the bread box, but then she'll put like books on top of it. You know, like things like that, little details like that. Or she'll take like little a flat book and upscale it so it looks like a magazine, like little things. And then 100%, if you're going to make a realistic kitchen, definitely do the BB show hidden objects cheat. And then you search debug and it lists pots and pans. It's all the hidden objects in the game. So you can get cups and plates.
Can we talk about why are these hidden?
Well,
Why can't we have
they're
them?
not hidden necessarily. They're just so when when your sim is cooking and they just pull out a knife and
Oh,
start
the pot.
cutting and then it disappears.
Mhm.
It's all of those things.
Mhm.
It's all the things that they just
Oh.
magically make appear and then disappear. So like but there's plants in there. There's drinks in there. There's like a roast chicken. It's just all random things in the game. And most of it's like unusable, but you can get like the death serum and the sim ray. There's like a bunch of cool stuff in there. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can use the chicken.
You can't use the
You can
chicken.
eat
No,
it.
like when you place it, it just disappears. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Oh.
And like the drinks, if you get like a beer or a coffee, you place it in the game and then the drink disappears. So you just have the empty cup. Kind of random, but
Weird.
but yes, that totally changes how you do kitchens. And I don't do the debug a lot, mostly just for kitchens because you have plates. So I'll like put a stack of plates and then I'll put a couple of cups next to it. Like, for example, if you want another way how I kind of make kitchens look more organic is instead of just having like a wall of cabinets, because I feel like in some kitchens it is like that, but not a lot. So I'll break up some of the cabinets and I'll put shelves. And you can do it with BB Move objects, just like placing the shelves exactly where you want it. So it looks like it's part of the cabinet. And then I'll put a bunch of random stuff on the shelves. So it looks like, oh, there's some cups and there's a pot. And that's where the Sims are getting their things to cook.
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah. So just like little things like that. And it's not, and you can do it base game 100%. The Simlicy stuff, all of her stuff is base game. You don't need clutter. I personally have a ton of CC clutter that I use because I like having like lots of plants. And the problem with the Maxis plants is that they're all like one square size. And the CC plants, a lot of them are smaller than a square size. So you can put them, they're like the size of the photos, the photos that you can put on like shelves, like the standing up photos. They're like that size. They're really small. So you can put a bunch of different things with the plants. That's what I like to do. So yeah, I'll put like picture frames and plants and pots and I'll just add a bunch of random stuff.
Last night when I was making my kitchen, I did an homage to my mother. Because in I guess maybe it was the 90s, early 2000s, late 90s, my mom got on that weird bandwagon that everybody's mom got on with the roosters.
Yep.
Did anybody else's parent, like mom get on like a rooster kick? So like we had all these like rooster like my mom like put all these like graphics or like not like graphics, but like the plasticky stuff or whatever on the microwave on the outside of it, so it had like roosters on it instead of it was some weird like vinyl on the microwave and blah 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 blah. And by the way, I took that microwave to college because I needed and I was like, this looks stupid, but it's a microwave. And so there's a framed picture of a rooster, and I put it in my kitchen, like right next to the stove. I was like, that's for you, Mom. It's just a rooster. And I was like, why do you have this? They also have framed pictures of pears.
Oh yeah,
that's also in my kitchen. I like when kitchens have pictures of food, like just so you know it's a kitchen because you've got pictures of like broccoli and carrots and pears on the wall. This is a kitchen where food goes.
so true.
We kind of touched on it at the beginning when I tried to sell it to you guys, but the cool kitchen. The cool kitchen pack, it actually has a lot of cool stuff in it. It has cool hair and cool outfits in it because I'm going to say cool 18,000 times in this one sentence. It has, but like it has like the side ponytail with like the fringe in the front. It's got, really cool, like a half jacket tank top thing going on. It has some nice clothing items if you want to like what in the pack, but it also comes with an ice cream maker.
An ice cream maker's life.
Let's take a moment to embrace that. Ice cream maker. I can't have ice cream in real life because it makes me die. But I can have ice cream in The Sims because it is not the real world. So my Sims had an ice cream party. It was ice cream social. They invited the little friends over, and they made ice cream with sprinkles, and they made little ice cream sundaes, and they had little ice cream cones. It was adorable.
Oh.
It was super great, and then I wanted everybody to leave because I got really overwhelmed by having the people in my house like that. I was like, "There's too many people, and they're all on my computer, and they all keep sitting down." And I got really overwhelmed, so I had made them all leave after they ate their ice cream. But for a minute, it was nice because they were all in my kitchen hanging out with my ice cream. That's, I just got so I like where's everybody? Because like 5 or 6 people came over, which I didn't know she knew that many people, but I guess she did. So they all came over, and then like they're all like in the kitchen talking, and she made dinner, and she also made like the ice cream. She had the ice cream going on, and then they all started like wandering around her house, like on her computer and like watching her TV. One guy was just hanging out in her bathroom, and I was like, I don't like that you guys are in my things. Can you leave?
You're in my things. Well, I do not get why they programmed that in The Sims to have the guests just immediately go and play on the computer.
It's so annoying.
I would never walk into somebody's house and play on their computer. That's like such an intimate thing, you know? Like,
What if I got like loads of like real raunchy things on there? You don't know what's on my computer.
yeah, like,
You don't know what I do.
yeah, it's like so weird. Anywho.
It's one of the things that annoys me. Also, I don't like when they go into get the random drink of water out of the faucet. That also bothers me too, but whatever. Anyway, the pack's only like $10, I think, because it's a stuff pack. It's not like and they're like $9.99. I think that's how much they are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it is, but it usually goes on sale. So it's sometimes those packs are like $5, which is
I
pretty
think
cool.
that's when I got it, like the last sale, not the one after Christmas, but the one before that. I got it for like $5. I
Mhm.
also got that one in the fitness pack because I wanted that climbing wall. Um, but yeah. So if you're not like, I don't want to spend $10 on an ice cream maker, well, what's wrong with you? But 2, catch it on sale if you do. It's like if you want, just go onto the Origin site and you can see all the cool stuff you'll get. At least with the like the countertops and stuff like that. Like if you're not a huge CC person, like you're not a huge like I just don't want to add all this stuff to my game, or you don't know how to do it, or it's just too much work for you. I mean, the stuff packs do have a lot of cool stuff in them. Oh my god, if I say cool stuff one more time, think of another adjective. Um, the stuff packs have some interesting things in there. So you can at least try that out. But if not, you can go to our friend and yours, Peacemaker IC, because
Yes.
he has the most amazing kitchens. Just throwing that out there.
Yes, and so many cabinets and countertops. Like, even if you only download one from him, you're gonna get, excuse me, you're gonna get so many different, like recolors of like wood countertops and marble and granite, like everything you could possibly want. Yeah, I feel like I know Peacemaker IC at this point. I don't.
He's your
Never
bestie.
never spoken to him, don't even know how to talk to people on Tumblr because I don't have a Tumblr. But like I just I love his stuff. It's just amazing. It's
That's
so beautiful and so well done.
that's how I feel about Carl, y'all. Like I love Carl. Carl, I love you. From Carl's Sims 4 guide. I just
Mhm.
I just every time a new pack comes out, I'm like, what does Carl say about this? And then I go to his site and I'm like, Carl, what do you think about the Get Famous pack? And I read his stuff. It's like, oh, Carl likes it, so I'm gonna like it too. Like, I just really love him.
I have that with LGR on YouTube, Lazy Game Reviews. He does like a bunch of old school computer stuff videos, but he's done reviews for pretty much all of the Sims and their expansion packs. And before I like if something's coming out that I'm on the fence about, I will wait until he
Mm.
puts up his review see what he says about it, and then decide
Mhm.
if I want to buy it or not. Because he shows you everything that's in there, the content, whether it be new gameplay or furniture or cast stuff, and then he'll go like, is it worth it? Yeah or no, And I can't
That's
help it.
very cool.
I mean, look him up on YouTube, Lazy Game Reviews. He's
on
pretty
the tubes.
yeah, on the tubes. Like even just to see his past reviews, because he has a really really nice review style and a really nice voice.
Mm. So, speaking of kitchen stuff, we're gonna bring it back to the beginning with that Friends reference and talk about things that we wish we had.
Mhm.
I wish, dear God, if somebody can, and don't worry, we'll post it on our Instagram so you can get the inspiration. It's called a Chambers 1950s stove. It is featured in such TV shows as Rachel Ray's 30-Minute Meals, Friends, in was it Chandler and Joey's
Mhm.
apartment,
Yep.
you said? Gilmore Girls, the stove they never use. And also Charmed. All of these awesome 90s and 2000s TV shows had this stove, yet my Sims can't. I want it.
Yeah, plus the fact, what was Lorelai Gilmore doing with a stove like that? She never cooks.
Ever.
She's either eating at Luke's or on the go or in the inn. She never uses it.
Or ordering like 18, like they ordered takeout, like either
So
takeout
often.
either takeout in their town is super
Mhm.
cheap, or
Right?
she makes way more money than I thought she does with that in, because
Mm.
holy fuck.
I mean, I remember watching that series and going, what, you can't pay for tuition for Chilton, but you can order Chinese 7 days out of 7? Fuck, Lorelai, prioritize!
And it wasn't like she ordered like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
order
no.
just one thing of beef and broccoli. No,
There
she
were
ordered
so
like
many
many.
containers
so
there.
many containers of food, and they never
No,
really
they
ate
did. That was the
leftovers.
point, is they like
Ew.
got freaking like 12 containers and then ate them for like, so maybe that's it. Maybe they spent like $100 on Chinese food, but that was their mood, their their
Their
mood.
mood lit.
That was a mood. Sorry, but spending $100 on Chinese food is a mood.
I was gonna say meal and food, and it just became mood. I'm like coming off of cold medicine, you guys. So sorry, but they would.
Sure, that's your excuse.
Yeah, they would like. Okay, I've seen that show way too many times, but yeah, they would like eat the leftovers. So
Anyway, like I just say, I want that stove. It's super awesome. It has like different compartments on it, and it like lifts up. Stars Hollow, y'all. Oh man, you can go there. It's a fake town, but you can go to the real town. Sorry, that was a tangent that went off back into a tangent. I want the stove. So if any of you guys are CC builders, and take requests, I request that stove. And then I will shout you out to the moon about this stove and about how awesome you are if you would please just make me this stove. Don't worry, there'll be
yeah,
pictures.
we'll put it on the Instagram, definitely.
You would also have my everlasting gratitude, because I've wanted a stove like that in real life, and if I can have it in my game, that would make me a little bit happier.
Yeah,
Plus, it'd go really well with my Smeg fridge.
You in this fridge.
I know. I'm just gonna keep talking about it because it's amazing.
I just want to make a whole like 1950s style kitchen. Because I have the vintage glamour thingy majigger, which I can have, kind of twirl all this in here, but I want that stove. I don't want it to be usable. I want to be able to like, pop a burger in the broiler or something. I don't know. I want that broiler to open from the top. I want this to be usable. I want them to pop up, I don't know, a hot dog in there. What would you put in a broiler?
Don't you
broiling?
like, if you're trying to like heat, like if you're trying to melt cheese on something, tuna melt?
You put a tuna melt?
Like if you're making like a casserole or something, you put cheese on it. Like,
yeah, a casserole with cheese on top.
I feel like if you put your tuna melt in there, that's like overkill. Like you're gonna burn the shit out of that. But so that's my wish, my dream wish is that stove. But in reality, and Plum Bob Tea Society, they also have They have
Mhm.
really good kitchen stuff too,
That's where I got my
R.I.P.
fridge.
them. I know. Ava, would you like to explain this fridge to the listeners? Because we know what this fridge is because you talked about it a lot, but maybe they don't know.
Okay, look, listen.
Mm.
There's everybody knows a Smeg fridge, all right? It's that beautiful, colorful, retro fridge with like the rounded edges, and it's a great fridge. All I ever wanted in life was to one day own one of those fridges. I do now. I have one of those fridges. It's orange and it's my most prized possession, and I love it so very, very much. And now I could have one in game because Plum Bob Tea Society, they made one. They made one of those vintage Smeg fridges, and they have it in a whole
Mhm.
rainbow of colors. I don't remember. It's not a separate download. I think it's in a birthday pack. Was it Mama Loves Nuts?
Was
2017
it?
birthday pack? I think it is. I
I'm
think
so
that was it.
sorry.
I'm not sure. I would have to check. Something like that.
Mama loves nuts.
Yeah, I know. But I think that was it. I'm not sure. But it's there. It's in the pack. You have the fridge and a matching stove and a matching, what do you call that? The thing above the stove?
The hood.
Oh, the hood.
That's it. The hood. They have a matching hood. It's glorious. It's beautiful.
Oh yes, it is the happy birthday. It's happy birthday, Mama Loves Nuts. Yep, this is a.
See, I knew it.
That's
See?
their Tumblr name, Mama Loves Nuts. Yes, I got this one too.
Not just someone's
Yes,
random
it's a
mother.
name.
It's a name.
And I
We
love
promise.
for that birthday pack, they have the floral wall. I use that in a lot of my builds too. It's super cute. Yeah.
They have a lot of good stuff.
So I've decided that, like, I think after our last episode where we talked about renovating houses, like I went through and I went to Windenburg. Look at me knowing the name of towns. I'm so proud of myself.
Good job.
I know. So I went to Windenburg and I was like, I'm redoing some of the houses, and that's the kitchen that I did last night was from there, and then redoing the like the living room. I want to make a theme. I want to redo all of the houses, and they
Mhm.
all have like a theme, like a running theme throughout the town, But I use that floral wallpaper in in my living room,
It's a great
just because it
accent
looked
wall.
cool.
Yeah.
I just really like
Plum
their
Up Tea
stuff.
Society has awesome
Mhm.
stuff.
I mean, and I said they make their own. We've hit before, but they make their own packs, and it was beautiful. And I mean, if they ever come back, believe me, we're all about this life. But we're shouting them out anyway because their stuff is still there. I know Tumblr is a bit of a shit show right now, but their stuff is still there.
Yeah,
So
that's where I get a lot of my stuff with. I mean, like Lana CC Finds still exists, so I'll go on her Tumblr and I'll just find clutter and I'll just look through. And what the nice thing about Tumblr is, even if you don't download from like the Lana CC Finds Tumblr, it'll take you to another Tumblr. And if you like, you can kind of explore that Tumblr. And if they have more things you like that's how I discovered the Plum Bob Tea Society. I was on Lana CC Finds, find Plum Bob Tea Society, and then I just went and downloaded everything from Plum Bob Tea Society. So it's kind of like a nice, like you can kind of pathway to that Tumblr.
spend a day exploring Tumblr. It'll enrich your soul, or at least your game. So, so we have a couple of links for you guys if you guys want. EA themselves made a really cool article about how to make a kitchen. It is, I'm going to give you this link, but don't worry about it. We'll put it in the description as well. It's ea.com/games/The Sims, /The Sims 4/news/amazing kitchen tips. Don't worry, we'll put that in there. But they made an article about it, and it basically is just tips on how to make your kitchen. Because a lot of like, if you watch HGTV, that's also a way to know how to do your kitchen, because I watch them all the time. And every time I walk in, like House Hunters, like, I want an open kitchen. I want an open concept kitchen. And it just tells you how to make that in the game, which is really cool. It's basically just take out all your walls. You don't need walls. Make everything just flow into each other. Or use those half
Yes.
walls. I use those so I can put stuff against them, like a couch or something. I'm real big on half walls. I know some people hate
Yes.
them. I
I
love
love
them.
them too. I do that a lot,
Um,
like half wall
but it
from, I'll put like all the kitchen counters, and then on the other side, like, okay, so kitchen counters, half wall, and then like living room. Because that's how a lot of kitchens are. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I do that too, just because you have to have something to back it up against to give you like that line of
Hmm.
demarcation, if you will.
Dang.
Big words. Um, so I put that up against there. So I highly recommend that one. Also, Sims
Hmm.
VIP did a whole article as well on. I'm gonna say it again, y'all. Cool kitchen pack. They did a whole article on that as well, on how to incorporate the stuff from that pack into your kitchen, and also just what you're going to get in that pack. So if you're like on the fence about buying it, it will like actually explore what you get from the pack itself, which is really cool. Um, and I just I always say, I know that some people don't want to go out and buy all this stuff like that, and I totally get it. Like Sims 3, I had everything, every pack, every expansion pack, every stuff pack, every whatever. I had it all. Sims 4, been a little more like
Hmm.
picky and choosy with it, but that's because I'm a full adult without my military money, so I gotta
Hmm.
pick and choose my life. But um, when I usually buy packs when it comes out when I want to do something in particular. Like I bought the vintage glamour because I
Hmm.
wanted the butler. I bought the kitchen pack because I wanted the ice cream maker. Now, granted, you can get these things if you want to download them like CC wise, but I use a lot of CC. I use some mods, but I also
Hmm.
get really nervous about them just because if they're not updated or you install them wrong, they're not going to work anymore. So if you want to make sure that something you have is going to stay and have and be there for forever, then you got to get it
Hmm.
from Maxis
Yeah.
themselves. Because then you don't have to worry about, let me uninstall this or let me do this or a new
Hmm.
update's here. You don't have to worry about it. So there's that. That's just my little Snapple fact for you.
And speaking of the article, I really liked the article that Sims 4 put out. I will say the best tip, just to save you guys time, the they suggested using a triangle. So when you're laying out your kitchen, putting the fridge, the sink or dishwasher, and the stove in a triangle, that sounds weird. Okay, so when you're building your cabinets, instead of putting like the fridge, the stove, and the dishwasher like right next to each other, putting them like, so you walk in, you see the fridge on one side, the sink on the other side, and then like the stove in front of you, for example. Kind of laying them out separated. And obviously not every kitchen in real life is like that. I've seen a ton of kitchens where the stove is right next to the fridge. But it's kind of nice to do that because that way, if you have multiple Sims in your kitchen, they're not all kind of like running into each other. And then it looks more visually
hmm
appealing to have them kind of across from each other. And so I read the article and I've been doing that in my kitchens. And it is actually really good for the Sims. It creates a little bit more of a flow in the kitchen because you could have someone kind of come in, get things from the fridge, and then start cooking it. And then someone else can come and get things from the fridge. And they're not like, like running into each other and yeah.
And like running
So
into
the
each other.
triangle, like just thinking if you're looking at your kitchen from above, seeing it in those four or those three items in a triangle is actually pretty helpful.
So, in my real world life, I lease apartments, and I call that I call that, and I'm touring apartment, a lot of butt to butt space. That means if when two people are in a kitchen, they're not going to run into each other. You have butt to butt space. Like if someone's facing the stove and someone's facing like I don't know, the counter, like the sink or whatever, they're not touching each other with their butts. So you want to that's kind of like what that is. Like you want to make sure that you have enough space that more than one person, especially toddlers, because toddlers are
Exactly.
running in and
Yep.
out of that kitchen all the time in the game, that they're able to run in and out without that weird like
Hmm.
bubble above their head. So that's that bubble, and they're like, oh, my favorite was in like what is it, Sims 3 or 2, when they would like
Yeah, they'd
point
like
and be like, I
point and then
can't
like
do
wave
this.
their arms above their head, like, I can't take one step. Oh my God.
And it's
Like
like,
it's our fault that you can't move. Yeah, sure. Okay, we put that couch there so that you can't pass it, but you know,
it
whatever.
just reminds me of people like railing at God, like, why? Because, we are their gods. So they're like breaking the fourth wall, like, but why, creator? Why'd you
They
tell me
did
to do
that
this,
a
but I
lot in
can't?
Sims 2. They
It's
were
very,
always looking up at the camera and like looking at you where the camera is. Did you guys notice that in Sims 2? They were
yeah, I didn't like
always
it.
like, anytime they did something,
No.
like they would look at you, like not you, but like just where the camera was. Like they knew where you were. Like, cause I tried it one time where my sim was looking at me and I like moved the camera and their head followed me. Like they looked at you. It was so weird. It was creepy. Anywho.
Oh man. Yeah. So oh,
I have one more tip.
go Ava, go.
Look where you place your appliances. Because sometimes when I download a house from the gallery or whatever, and I look in the kitchen and I see a microwave on an island, I die a little inside because where does the plug go? Put it against the wall so you can at least pretend that it's plugged into electricity, because a microwave on an island can't be plugged in. There's no power. How does it work?
No,
I
we're
think we
just
broke her again.
But that is annoying.
We
That
all
is
have our pet
definitely annoying.
peeves.
Yeah.
It is.
I always
It
put them in
Doesn't
the
make
corner
sense. It
because that's where microwaves go, like in
Same.
every house. It's
Yeah,
always like
same.
in that corner, awkward area of the kitchen that nobody can use.
Mhm.
Oh, and then we can put outlets in there. Shout out to outlets. That we can put next to an
Mhm.
outlet. So you're like, oh, this is
Mhm.
how you plug it in,
Yep.
but there's nothing in there, but it's okay. All right. So on that one. So now we're going to do a little tip that we got from Instagram from Fiona Claire Doug. Definitely gave us some cool tips about legacies and basically in general just how to make like a life hack for Sims. So she said if you put your founder Sim in the tech guru career and give them the klepto trait, they steal computer equipment from work and you can sell it from the household inventory. So there you go. Make your founder a tech
That's
thief.
so smart.
I never thought about that.
I didn't know they could steal stuff from work. What? Does your sim just... So if you put them in the business career track, did it just come home with a shit ton of staplers or what?
Kind of. I've done that before, and they come home with like the office equipment, like not the trophies, but like the little desk stuff, like the pens. You know, the pens that are in like the cup. Like he's stolen those stuff before. Yeah, just like random office stuff. Yeah.
What?
I'm so weird with my traits. I never do bad traits.
Well, I feel like the klepto is a good trait because you can't go to jail because they didn't do that and get to work, which is like a huge missed opportunity. Maxis, thanks a lot. But nothing can happen to them. So it's like not even a bad trait. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's true. It has no consequences.
I mean, you might, like, if you actively steal from like your friend or your family member in another house, like they might get mad at you, but like you can just like joke with them and they'll be happy again. Like there's literally no consequences.
I stole your TV, but isn't it funny how that
Did you just steal my computer? Oh yeah, I do remember that joke from 5 days ago. That was super funny. Okay,
Yeah,
see you
literally.
at lunch. Bye-bye.
Over Christmas, I saw a lot of my family. And so it came up that I do this podcast, talking about things. And, I'm like, oh, yeah, I love it. We're on, so many episodes. Da, da, da. So some of the first things that they said to me was like, Sims, like, what are you talking about? Like, how can you have a podcast based off of that? There's nothing to talk about. And it's just like, oh, child. Oh, you're so young and naive. So I just kind of didn't take them seriously because no one in my family plays Sims. I was like, oh, pusha, like you know nothing. Like there's so much to talk about. Like, oh, we can have this podcast forever, right? But we actually did get feedback on our Facebook page, and I wanted to mention it. She said the feedback is not feedback, but like the shout out from Cami. She said, I came in with low expectations. How much is there to really talk about? But I was so very wrong. There's a lot to talk about. I listened to 6.5 episodes today and I plan on finishing them tomorrow. Very professionally done and interesting. I saw someone talking about it on the Simarinos page and I would never have thought this was a thing. There's truly a podcast for everything, lol. And it's so funny because I always assume, like, if you're in the Sims community, you know there's a lot to talk about. So it's funny. And I feel like we've gotten that before of people saying, like, well, what can you talk about? It's just The Sims. But when you really break down the game, and especially, like, all of us, we've been playing for 18 years, pretty much, 19 years now. So it's 19 years of things we can talk about. I mean, that 19 years, obviously I haven't been playing for 19 years, but like, maybe I have actually. Yeah, I think I have been playing for 19 years. So that's like
I have, because I'm not 25.
I've been playing since I was 10 years old.
I've been playing since I was 14.
Yeah.
When it
So
first came out.
Yeah, 20 years of your life experience devoted to this game. And most people in the Sims community have been playing for at least 10 years. You know, all of us know, even if we didn't play Sims 1, we know Sims 2, we know Sims 3. You know what I mean? So we've all, and even Sims 4 has been out for 5 years now, right? So, yeah,
Wow.
I think it came out in 2014. Really? So, anyway, I just wanted to shout that out. Awesome. Thanks. First of all, Cami, thanks so much for the shout out. Thanks for recommending that our podcast. That's so sweet. We really try. We try to make things professional.
That was when I guffawed a little bit. I was like,
like, oh, you think we're professional? Okay. I mean, we'll take it. We'll definitely take the compliment. But, you know, we're just a bunch of people just trying to figure out this podcasting thing. So it's very, very nice that you guys are liking it and appreciating it and thinking.
I think the professionally done. Yeah, the professionally done part needs to totally go to our editors because we are not. You just saw like 4 or 5 tangents that we had this whole episode that they're gonna have to figure out how to either keep in or smush out or whatever. And so a lot of the praise goes to them, but a lot of the praise goes to honestly you guys, our listeners. Thank you for listening. I came into this with sound horrible, but came up with not low expectations, but kind of no expectations. I was like, I'm doing this for fun. If people listen, it'd be super great. But if they don't, I'm still having a good time talking about something that I don't get to talk about in real life a lot because nobody I know plays this game or anymore, at least. So it's super cool to me just to have a time just to talk about this ridiculous game that I play and the things that happen with other people. So the fact that you guys want to listen is super sweet. But on that note, please, please, please like email us or Twitter us or Instagram us or whatever social media us and let us know if you have anything you want to say or tips or tricks or if you if you make that stove and you want me to have it.
We need to make this happen. We need to make this happen. Like, go on social media, hashtag stoves for vanity. We have to make this happen.
Yes.
Can we get it trending? Stoves for vanity.
Stoves for vanity. Let's do this.
And if you are a Sims creator, DM us on Instagram, on Twitter, email us, just be like, yo, look, I'm a Sims creator. It's going to take me some time to put the message together, but I could do this. Like, just reach out to us. We will very happily talk to you.
But I wanted to let you guys know what our next episodes are going to be about. They are, I like to call them our after school special episodes. You know, if you're a child of the 90s, you know, our very special episodes. I did that with quotes. But it's basically going to be just a couple of episodes. It's almost like a team effort from Llama and Cowplant. It's just talking about The Sims and how we'll talk about the subject of mental health and how The Sims can help you cope with that in real life. And then Llama is going to have the focus on about increasing representation in The Sims for different walks of life, different types of people, different types of things. So we're going to be doing that in our next couple episodes. So stay tuned for that. We're going to try to keep it as informative as possible without bumming anybody
And
out.
respectful, for sure. Because, and
So
since we're the tangent group, I think we're definitely going to try to like try not to be jokey too much, like try to have
go
a
for it.
really genuine conversation. With the new year, we understand that Sims, the reason it's been around for so long is because it does have a deeper connection with people. It's not just like a silly, stupid game where I can do all these things. No, it's like it does have a real deep rooted connection and special place for a lot of people. So we wanted to kind of address that and talk about it a little bit more with our lives. And obviously, it's our lives. Like, we're doing the mental health episode and it's our stuff that we're talking about. So not at all, we're not claiming to talk for everybody in the whole Sims community. We're just going to be talking about our experiences,
If you have anything that you want to add to that or say or anything like that, we'll put something out on social media. Just reach out to
Yes.
us. We can keep you anonymous and stuff like that too. So
Yeah.
that's just that.
Yeah. Just want to be super, just let you guys know ahead of time. That's something we're planning on doing. After those 2 episodes, we are going to go back to our normal schedule of talking about different game packs and different challenges and stuff like that. I know we're all working on a couple of challenges right now. So definitely, we just wanted to give you a little bit heads up before we post those 2 and record those 2 episodes for you guys. And then we're right back to normal.
All right, guys. I think that's it. Any final thoughts a la Jerry Springer, since we're making this a whole 90s, 2000 episode of TV shows?
Nope.
Ava's final thoughts? Marissa's final thoughts? I have no final thoughts, except I really want that stove. Hashtag stove serenity. All right, guys. I think that's it then. So we're going to head on back to the real world. I mean, I got to go to work.
I have to go to work tomorrow.
I have to go clean my kitchen after this.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Buddies. Dag dag.
It's hot for your kitchen. It's a cool kitchen pack. It's very cool.
What?